Duhar had the night off yesterday. He'll be at third base. He'll bat fifth, batting sixth. The shortstop, D.D. Gregorius. Gleyber Torres at second base will bat seventh, batting eighth and catching. Austin Romine. Brett Gardner in left field will bat ninth. He had half the day off yesterday as they replaced him at third with Adeiny Echeverria.
King Felix Hernandez gets the start tonight for the Seattle Mariners. 32 years old now. It seems like he's been around forever. 10-7 in his career against the Yankees. That's what he's done this year. Certainly not a type of year that they're used to from King Felix here in Seattle. He's been struggling somewhat. Let's check out our pitcher scouting report. His last win, you have to go all the way back to June 30th when he beat Kansas City. And Bundy, Giolito, that's Dylan Bundy, Lucas Giolito, and James Shields. Those are the only three pitchers in the league that have allowed more runs than Felix Hernandez. And, well, look out. He's hit 11 batters, and he's thrown 10 wild pitches this year.
Why don't we take a look at the defense behind King Felix, brought to you by Geico. Span, Haniger, and former Yankee Ben Gamel and right. In the infield, it's Seager, Segura, Gordon, and Cano at first base. That's third to first. Zunino behind the plate, and Hernandez is on the mound. And let's do it here in Seattle. First pitch is a strike, and we're underway.
Well, Felix Hernandez does not throw nearly as hard as he used to, but he still has a very, very good changeup.
The only problem, there's not as much separation.
You're exactly right. And I think back to Mike Messina towards the end of it. What did he do? He started throwing slower to get that separation back. Took something off his changeup.
1-2. And Hernandez is a transcendent star here in Seattle. That one is drilled deep to left field. Fair ball, it's gone. It is gone. See ya. A long home run for McCutchen. 1-0 Yanks.
Well, 2 nights in a row, McCutchen's gone deep. 2-run homer last night, and a leadoff homer tonight gives the Yankees the lead. When he was with the Giants, he was tied for the team lead in home runs with 15. The Yankees have 6 players with 20. He wouldn't have qualified.
1-0 to Stanton. Ground ball, left side, Seager there. And he gets Stanton for the first out.
Here's another look, looked like a hanging breaking ball, up and in. And Felix trying to steer it foul. That one stays fair. And that is the 25th home run he's given up this year.
You know what that is, Kenny? That's the reverse fist.
You're going to have to explain that for our younger viewers.
Game 6, 1975 World Series. Carlton Fisk gets one right down the line at Fenway, and as he's moving down the line, he's motioning for it to stay fair, and it did, forcing to Game 7 against the Reds. Oh, 0-2 to Hicks. One and two.
For the Yankees, it's their 231st home run. Now, they are on pace to tie the Mariners' all-time record for home runs in a season.
Swing and a miss. Hicks down on strikes. You know, weather's never been more important. So let's take a look at the game time weather presented by Bigelow Tea. 67 degrees, 48% humidity. The wind 7 miles per hour. and it's partly cloudy.
You know, weather happens every day, right?
Yes.
Now, in the wintertime, do you give the Bigelow T weather report?
Just to Jody.
You know, just in the morning? Yeah, there we go.
Luke Voigt takes a strike. How about the story of Luke Voigt? He's batting cleanup for the Yankees in a big September game. So he has been hot, he stayed hot, and he continues to start at first base.
Had a couple of hits here last night. This is the third time he's batted cleanup. He's got cleanup hitter arms.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, it's
he's got NFL arms.
You know, you see where he always has that one sleeve on the right arm. It's always covered no matter what the temperatures. It kind of reminds me of Dick Allen. He had big, strong arms, but he always wore long sleeves. And they asked him, how come on the hottest days you always wear long sleeves? He says, I want to hide the ammunition. And for those of you who don't remember Dick Allen, he's a big-time hitter, former MVP with the Chicago White Sox. And a lot of people feel he should be in the Hall of Fame. What you'll see from Felix Hernandez, a lot of breaking balls. More change-ups, but still with the crooked hat. Some things never change.
And Voigt walks. Why don't we take a look at Andrew McCutchen's home run on StatCast AI, powered by AWS.
Yeah, something up and in that he liked. 103.3 on your dial, 30 degrees, and 387 feet. That was over near the King's Court.
Go, Felix.
And Duhar takes a strike. King Felix has been doing this for a long time. He's 32 years old, but made his debut in 2005 at the age of 19. So a lot of innings on that arm.
Yeah.
Lined into left field, a base hit for Andujar.
You know, each day when I see Andujar for the first time, I greet him with, I call him Senor Linea, which means Mr. Line Drive. And then he just hung out another one.
Well, that was his first hit of the road trip.
Yeah, that's right.
He was 0 for 9 before that. And he has not been in any kind of extended slump. So here's Didi Gregorius, his first start off the DL. He came in mid-game yesterday. Probably not going to play 9 innings today. Aaron Boone wants to ease him back into full-time action.
They ever do that for broadcasters?
Not that I know of.
Yeah. You know, I got some time off after the series, so I'm thinking when I come to New York, when the Orioles come in, just do half a game and leave.
No, that's O'Neill's game. 1-1. Chop towards second. Gordon to Cano. And that'll do it. But the Yankees get a run on 2 hits, 2 men left. The run off the bat of Andrew McCutchen. Felix Hernandez can't wish it foul. It's fair. It's 1-0 Yanks. Haniger's going to lead off. He's playing center field. Batting second and playing shortstop, Gene Segura. Good numbers against Lance Lynn. Robinson Cano at first base will hit third. Cleaning up the DH, Nelson Cruz. Denard Span in left field will bat fifth. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Kyle Seager. Former Yankee farmhand Ben Gamble in right field will bat seventh. Batting eighth and catching, Mike Zunino. And D. Gordon, the second baseman, will bat ninth.
Well, Lance Lynn making his first ever start against the Seattle Mariners. Through his numbers with Minnesota and the Yankees this year. As we told you, he's been struggling a little bit of late. As we check out our pitcher's scouting report, his last win was August the 6th at Chicago against the White Sox. But one thing about him, since he's come to the Yankees, 6 starts, he's kept the ball in the park. He's only given up 1 home run. That was to Miguel Rojas of the Marlins down in Miami. And this will kind of surprise me. Only Lucas Giolito of the Chicago White Sox has walked more batters this year than Lance Lynn. He's walked 72 batters.
So here's Haniger. He had his 17-game hitting streak snapped last night. And he takes low from Lynn.
Now, Haniger did have some good swings, but he just couldn't connect for a hit last night.
As we told you last night, no one this year has had a 20-game hitting streak. That's only happened once since 1908. Dave Cash had a 19-game hitting streak, the longest one in 1972, I believe. Fly ball right field. McCutchen's there. One away. Now McCutchen, when he hits a home run, now he's hit 2 for the Yankees, you'll notice what he does when he crosses home plate. Now that is to his wife, but he does it because that's exactly what Jackie Robinson would do when he crossed the plate, and he would signal to Rachel Robinson. So he's honoring Jackie Robinson and his wife at the same time. So a nice gesture by Andrew McCutchen. Pitch is high, 1-0. Two and one.
Lance Lynn relies on his fastball quite a bit. He's got a couple of them. High rider, 4-seam fastball, good sinking fastball. He throws the 2-seamer, the sinker, about 33% of the time, and the 4-seamer 44% of the time. So he uses a fastball 77% of his pitches.
Right back to Lynn. And he throws it past Voit. And Segura jogs to second. He's fortunate because he was not running hard to first base. And if that had pulled Voit off the bag, he could have gotten back to the bag, and Segura still would have been out.
Well, it looked like it was going to be an easy play. This is why pitchers work on pitchers fielding practice, PFP. And he throws a lawn dart right on by Luke Voit at first base. Voit is there, ready for the throw. And he spikes it. That'd have been a heck of a play for Voit to come up with that. That's an E1, a 2-base error.
So here is the Mariner first baseman, Robinson Cano. That seems so odd. He had his first start at first base on August 14th in a game at Oakland. He talked yesterday after the game about the strikeout that he had to Tanaka, where there were runners on first and third. He could not believe the pitch. He looked back. He couldn't believe how much it moved, and he was just befuddled.
Slider down and in.
He said that was the first time he threw me anything inside. They were raving about Tanaka after the game. And Tanaka said it wasn't his best stuff.
I think Tanaka is more critical of himself, even when he pitches great games. And last night was certainly one of the best games he's pitched. 10 strikeouts, no walks, 8 innings. Only one man got to third base. And he wasn't completely happy. I guess you have to be your own worst critic.
I guess. He pitched so well, you know, he's actually hanging with security in the Yankee dugout. Here's that strikeout that we're talking about that Cano just could not believe how much this pitch moved.
Slider, and watch the break on it. Ended up by his left ankle.
Cano said, what I like to do is just foul off pitches that are good pitches and then get a good pitch that I can hit. He said, I couldn't even foul the ball off. Right back to Lynn. A better throw this time. 2 away. Meredith, you spoke to Tanaka about his outing, right?
Well, Michael, it seemed like you were taken aback a little bit by the fact that Masahiro Tanaka said after the game that he didn't exactly pitch as well as he thought he could have. I was as well when I was asking him the questions, and I said, Masahiro, you had 10 strikeouts, no walks. What could you have possibly done better? And he said, well, the first couple of innings, I didn't feel like I had that slider at all. It wasn't coming out of the hand okay. As the game went on, he felt as though it got a little bit more crisp. But other than that, not too many complaints from Masahiro Tanaka, but he could throw probably a no-hitter, maybe even a perfect game, Kenny, you know it, and he would still find something that he could have done just a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I said I hung a slider in the 3rd inning or something.
Pitch to Cruz is high, 1-0. It's 1-0 Yankees on the McCutchen home run. Ground ball to Andujar. Across the diamond, and the Yankees survive the error by Lynn. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 man left. Let's go to the 2nd. What American League team do you think is playing the best baseball right now, and why? Jaco Stern said Houston. They're a dominant team on both sides of the ball, led by a 1-2 punch of Verlander and Cole. And all the hitters, 1 through 9 in the lineup, have a lot of power. You don't want to play them in October. They beat the Red Sox again at Fenway this afternoon. Follow Yes Network. Tweet us your responses using hashtag Yankees Camry Hybrid. Keep the conversation going. Gleyber Torres keeps his hot streak going with a single through the left side to open up the 2nd.
Yeah, there's some people might tell you Oakland A's are playing the best baseball right now.
They won today, too.
Yeah, they did.
And the Mariners' chances are slipping away. Pretty impressive for the Astros to go into Fenway and take the first 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Austin Romine. His brother's in the other dugout. Andrew Romine. That's what the West looks like. The A's are chasing the Astros. The Astros refuse to be caught. And then the Mariners, 13-13 their last 26 games. There's one, and there's two. A 5-4-3 double play.
Looked like that ball was going to sneak through the hole, but Kyle Seager moving to his left, and his momentum is going to lead him right towards second base to make a perfect throw to D. Gordon. It's ground ball. Maybe that extra ball skips. No, it didn't stay down. Chest high hop. That was a Sunday hop, a day early, and a double play.
Go, Felix!
Pitch to Gardner's low, 1-0. Yesterday the roof was closed at Safeco Field. Today it's open. Beautiful night. And beyond the left field grandstand, where the old Kingdome used to stand, CenturyLink Field, that's where the Seattle Seahawks play.
They're on the road. They're opening in Denver. I was reading about the roof here at Safeco Field. There's enough steel in that roof to build a 55-story skyscraper.
Really?
Well, it's in the press guide right there.
Three and one. Well, we mentioned yesterday this place opened in 1999, and really it has the feel and the look like it opened yesterday.
Yeah, it's
line drive, a base hit to right field for Gardner.
yeah, over the years, Gardner has hit Felix Hernandez pretty well. Well, now he's 14 for 37 against him. And of course, with 2 outs, this might be the time for Gardner to go. I just think that Hernandez does not throw as hard. He's probably got a good pickoff move. He's developed it over the years. But trying to get yourself in a scoring position with 2 outs for McCutchen, that might be something you want to do here.
McCutchen with a home run last night and a home run in the first inning. First 2 home runs as a Yankee. And the home run in the first inning, he's now 3 for 20 as a Yankee. Started out 1 for 16. One and one.
Another off-speed pitch. Former Cy Young Award winner. It looks like they're going to throw to first. Yep. That little thumb move there, that's throw over.
He's in the 6th year of a $175 million extension that he had signed. So he signed through next season, and the team has an option for 2020. But the guess is they're not going to pick up that option and spend $25 million for a pitcher with a 5 ERA.
Yeah.
That'll be a tough call for them. He's very popular here.
Well, he's the all-time winningest pitcher in their history. And the all-time winningest pitcher from Venezuela. He passed the Chief, Freddie Garcia, who pitched for both Seattle and for the Yankees for a while.
He struggled so much this year that he was bumped out of the starting rotation. That was in August. This is where he ranks in the franchise pitching stats, first in all of them.
And the only reason he came back in the rotation because James Paxton went on the disabled list.
3 and 2.
But back in the day, he had a mid-90s fastball, a crackling fastball to go with all the off-speed stuff, and well, he could make hitters look silly.
Runner goes. Ground ball. Backhanded by Seager. The long throw. Got him. Good play by Seager to get McCutchen. No runs, 2 hits, 1 man left on base. We're going to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Yankees. Outfield, Gardner, Hicks, and McCutchen. That's left to right. Infield, Andujar, Gregorius, Torres, and Voit. Third to first. Romine, the start behind the plate. Lynn is on the mound. And here's Denard Span to start it off in the bottom of the second. Yankees lead 1-0 on the McCutchen leadoff home run. Popped up and out of play. Looks like they have a bigger crowd than they had last night, which was about 32,000. And they average about 29,000 a game here.
Yeah, there's more people sitting in the bleachers in center field.
Ground ball. Gleyber Torres over to Voit. 1 away. One thing that the Mariners really excel at is close games. They are 50-23 in games decided by 1 or 2 runs. Now, just in 1-run games, they're 34-18. And 2-run games, they're 16-5.
It would lead you to believe that their closer is pretty good, and he is. He's an all-star. Edwin Diaz. He can hold those one. I think he has the most 1-run saves in the league.
Kyle Seager takes a strike.
Now Kyle Seager, there's Edgar Martinez, the hitting coach. He's had 9 seasons for the Mariners with 30 or more doubles. Second on the list is Kyle Seager. He's had 6, but he's got a way to go before he catches Edgar Martinez, who a lot of people around here feel that he should be in the Hall of Fame. And I think next year is his last year of eligibility.
Yes, it is.
To at least to get in the regular way. Maybe the Veterans Committee eventually will put him in, but his number's retired. Would Mariano say the toughest hitter you ever faced? Edgar Martinez.
And how great would this be, Candy? They could both go in the same year.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's Mariano's first year of eligibility. The only question is, will he be a unanimous selection, which no one has ever been? 1-2.
You know what's interesting about that? Because now the votes are made public. And somebody would have to explain why you didn't vote for Mariano Rivera.
Three and two.
Let's go, Kyle.
Lined and caught by Andujar.
Well, Seager must be thinking, I'm having a bad second half. I can't buy a hit. Goes the other way nicely with this line drive, and there's only one man home on that side of the infield, Andujar, and he hauls it in. Seager's got the lowest on-base percentage since the All-Star break of any player in baseball. It's lower than 23% of the time he gets on base.
There's Ben Gamble.
Go, Ben.
Playing 85 games this year, hitting .281, a home run, 16 ribbies. Was recalled from AAA Tacoma on August 20th. He had .369 in 16 games down there.
Kind of shows he wanted to come back. I mean, I heard Tacoma's a nice city, but it's a AAA city. You know, it's not a big league city as far as baseball is concerned.
Mm-hmm. Two and one on Gamble. Three and one.
Yeah, just off the corner.
Ground ball to Gregorius. And a 1-2-3 inning for Lance Lynn as the Mariners go down in order, and we go to the third. It's 1-0 Yankees. And we go back to September 14th, 1990. The more you think about this, the more amazing it is. So that was Ken Griffey Sr. hitting a home run. And then Ken Griffey Jr. hits a home run. Father-son homers in the same game. Amazing.
Weren't they back-to-back?
And Junior's here tonight. He's in the TV booth of the Mariners.
Hall of Famer Ken Griffey Jr.
Just doesn't happen that often that, you know, dad stays around so long that he can play with. I bet you it's going to happen with LeBron James.
Back-to-back homers?
Because his son Bronny seems like he's got the talent, and if LeBron hangs around enough, he can play in the same
I
game.
can see that happen because LeBron's going to buy a team and he'll hang around.
Might buy the league.
Yeah.
Now this one, Junior steals from Senior. Get punished if you do that in house.
Don't tell Mom.
Stanton 2 for 18 on this road trip.
As hot as he was a few weeks ago, he's kind of cooled off a little bit here. Yeah, he's got some time to work on it.
Strike 3. He's down looking.
Second strikeout for Felix Hernandez. King Felix. That's good reception by Zunino. It appeared that Stanton thought it might have been a little low. We're going to take a look at it at Yes Mo, brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer. I don't think I would have liked being called out on this one. I don't like being called out on any of them. Maybe too close to take.
And the pitch to Hicks is low. 1-0. 1-0 Yankees on the McCutchen home run to lead off the game. Right down the left field line. Yankees have 4 hits against Hernandez.
Let's go, Felix.
Well, that one kind of hung a little bit. The only reason he didn't get to it because of the off-speed nature of the pitch. It was only 79 miles an hour. Watch Zunino's glove right in the middle of the plate. And, you know, you can tell by Hicks's reaction he just should have hit that one.
Two and one.
Now Felix is shaking his head. He thought that was a strike.
Home plate umpire tonight is John Tumpain. Jeremy Rehack at first, Mark Wegner at second, Jim Reynolds is at third. Check swing. 3-1.
All right, time to do business. Head on the count, 3 balls and a strike.
Three and two.
Sometimes the business deals don't go through. Good swing, but he missed it.
Ground ball knocked down by Gordon, and it gets Hicks. There's Luke Voigt with 2 outs and nobody on. Ground ball is short. Segura. And the Yankees go down in order 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the bottom of the third.
and Aroldis Chapman, both still on the disabled list. Judge was out on the field earlier today, playing catch, doing a little bit of throwing from the outfield, but Aaron Boone called it a bit of a light day for Judge. He also hit in the cage. As far as Aroldis Chapman is concerned, he remains down in Tampa. He threw on flat ground. No timetable for either of their returns. However, as you can see, Aaron Judge continues to do more and more. Certainly a good sign for the Yankees.
And really the only thing they have to worry about is the clock ticking. Zunino hits one deep to center field. Going back, hits, looking up. See ya! A home run to dead center. Tying the game at 1.
Zunino might have a low batting average. He's hitting 189, but he's dangerous when he gets into one. That's his 19th home run of the year. Jumps on the first pitch here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And that's only the 2nd home run that Lance Lynn has given up in the Yankee uniform.
StatCast had that at 435 feet. He's having a similar season to Gary Sanchez. Low batting average, but the production is there. And he just crushed it.
And that pitch was kind of centered, middle of the plate. Hicks is going to give up on it about right there when he reaches the warning track. It looks like that might have hit the backdrop.
2-0 on Gordon.
Yeah, right there. Middle cut. Middle.
Three and 0. Oh, strike. Three and 2.
Yeah, Gordon's not a guy you want to put on base. You want to make him earn his way on. He's tied for the league in stolen bases.
Ground ball, grabbed by Andujar, gets rid of it quickly, 1 away. Let's take a look at the exit velocity presented by Spectrum Internet with faster download speeds and better performance. 109 miles an hour off the bat. We told you 436. Here's Haniger. One and 0.
Go, Mitch.
High pop-up on the right side. Luke Voigt in foul territory makes the play. 2 down.
Nice catch, almost over the shoulder, kind of turns and squares to the ball, and looked like it moved around a little bit, but he holds on for out number 2.
Right up there.
I saw a little bit of a snow cone, but he held on to it.
Here's Segura. Reached on a throwing error by Lynn in the 1st inning. Off the foot of Segura.
Segura is one of those hitters, very aggressive. Doesn't strike out much, doesn't walk much. So he's putting the ball in play.
Two and one.
Yeah, one thing about him, he's a 300 hitter. He's has 19 games this year where he's had 3 hits or more. That's the most in the major leagues.
He's also had 35 infield hits, which is second in the majors.
Wow.
D. Gordon has 36. Grounded up the middle. Gleyber Torres over to Voit. And that'll do it. But Zunino, with a long home run to dead center, ties it at 1. We'll go to the 4th. Harmon store at 527 Madison Avenue and receive 2 tickets for free. So go pick up a JBL speaker or headphones today while supplies last.
Good, how are you?
Miguel Andujar leads out the 4th inning. It's a 1-1 game at Safeco Field. And a strike.
Now, I had mentioned in the open, as we look at our Audi scoreboard, 1-1 game, that Andujar and Torres, they each have a hit tonight. They're not extra base hits. But to think of what these two are doing as rookies. Between them, they have 99 extra base hits. And in the history of the Yankees, there's only one rookie duo that had more, and that was Lou Gehrig and Earl Combs. Way back in 1925, they had 105 extra base hits between them.
Oh. Seager knocks it down, regains, fires. Cano can't come up with the scoop.
It looks like it might be an E5. First of all, this ball is scorched. He knocks it down. Maybe he had a little bit more time than he thought. And Cano in and out of the glove. Going to take a look at it on Yesmo. Brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer. Off the look like the thumb of the glove. And they're going to give him a base hit.
Wow.
So Andujar 2 for 2. Well, anyway, I was saying that the extra base hits, that record is gettable. It's only 105. They've got 99 between them.
Absolutely.
Lou Gehrig had 53 and Combs had 52 back in 1925. Extra base hits.
Here's Gregorius, grounded to second in the 1st. I really do wonder, I mean, not trying to get a hit taken away from Andujar. How is that scored a hit?
Yeah, that's.
I mean, talk about protecting a hometown field.
Well, if he comes up with it, I mean, the throw's low. He's going to be out by 2 steps.
Exactly.
Yeah. How many errors does Seager have? He's got 12.
They do not want him to have 13.
The last one to complain in this park would be Andujar. He'll take it.
He's fine with it.
Yeah, exactly. So that might have pushed him over 300.
Let's see if they can turn 2 here. There's 1. And there's 2.
I was watching Didi run down the line. Looks like he's running pretty well. 4.63 on the double play. The ball wasn't hit all that hard. Close play at first base. D. Gordon, who spent some time in center field this year, back to his customary second base tonight. To Segura. Those are 2 guys that had an argument the other day. Now they're the double play combination.
Here's Gleyber Torres, singled in the second. And a breaking ball from Hernandez, 0-1.
.91 miles an hour. That about tops out for King Felix these days.
Base hit, right field. Adam played the pull. Most of the right side open. He took advantage and picked up a 2-out single. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, Yankees with the 5 hits. The rookies have 4 of them. Right side is open. Takes advantage. 2-out single. The Yankees have 6 hits. Rookies have 4 of them.
Two and 0.
You saw the home run column from Austin Romine. 9 home runs. That's a career high. I think the previous 7 years he had 6. 7?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
And 568 at bats. Oh. Seager picks the bullet, goes the short way, and that will do it. Here in the 4th for the Yankees. No runs, 2 hits, 1 man left on base. postseason push. Get Yankees home screen icons and features such as live radio broadcasts, the MLB.TV game of the day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, stats, news, and more. Download MLB at Bat today. 1-1 game as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and Robinson Cano will lead off. Audi scoreboard, 1-6-1 for the Yanks, 1-1-0 for Seattle. That was a strike. Popped up on the left side, and Duhar there puts it away for the first out.
Got Cano on a breaking ball. I think back to when Lance Lynn came up with the Cardinals, his first full year, he won 18 games. I think he was 18-5.
Here's Cruz and a strike.
And I think one of those games he shut out the Yankees. And we did that game in St. Louis.
Yep. And then I know what we did after that game. We went to Shannon's restaurant, and you were on his radio show.
Oh, I wasn't the only one. You were on it too.
Well, it was a tag along.
Yeah.
You know, they wanted to get something out of me for the free meal.
It was good too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's a great restaurant. If you're in St. Louis.
I don't think it's there anymore. I think
Really?
it closed down. Yeah.
It was like 2 blocks from the stadium.
I know. That was a legendary hangout.
And Mike Shannon's been there for years. Not only played for the Cardinals, broadcasted for them on radio.
Swing and a miss. Cruz strikes out.
It looked like a 2-seam fastball, ran right underneath his hands. First strikeout of the night for Lance Lynn. Target's low and in, and it got lower and more in. It's well spotted fastball. Good 2-seamer, sinker.
He averages 94 miles an hour on his fastball, and the fast pitch speed analytics sponsored by Fios by Verizon.
Now, Span used to be the type of hitter, great speed, leadoff type hitter. But he also has some power. And it's interesting that the Mariners choose the leadoff Mitch Haniger, who's got the 24 home runs.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss as Lynn goes off speed and retires the side in order. We'll go to the 5th inning. It's a 1-1 game. They're watching on that boat. on the GMC scoreboard. Coming to you live from Safeco Field, where the roof is open on a beautiful Saturday evening. Here's Brett Gardner. Felix Hernandez pitched the perfect game against Tampa Bay in August of 2012.
I think that was around when everybody was picking on Tampa Bay. Didn't Mark Burley pitch his against Tampa Bay?
Boy, they must have really mic'd the on-deck circle. Every time somebody drops the weighted bat or donut. Gardner with a leadoff walk here in the 5th. Oh, see, you
yeah,
hear it.
Exactly. You know, I was kind of looking forward. It's been kind of cloudy the last couple of days here, and
there's the mic that's picking up all the here.
I was looking forward to seeing Mount Rainier. I haven't seen it. It's been covered in clouds. It looks like you can reach out and touch it. Oh,
there you go.
I think there's a scenic. That's sick. I mean, that is just beautiful.
Oh, 2 on McCutchen.
Well, it is a beautiful sight, you got to admit.
It's great.
Yeah. I mean,
this whole area is gorgeous.
It is.
Grounded foul.
Yankees have had the leadoff man on in 4 of the 5 innings, including the home run by McCutchen to lead off the game. But they haven't been able to take advantage.
One and 2.
Twice the leadoff man was erased on a double play by the next hitter. Out.
2 and 2. Runner goes. Pitch is high. Throw to second. Goes into and out of the glove of Gordon, then trickles away. So a stolen base for Gardner.
Now I wonder, was it Gordon who stopped the ball, or did the ball hit Brett Gardner?
Let's see. I thought it went into the glove.
No, you're right. In and out of the glove. Gordon kept that ball from going into center field. Gardner might have been able to get up and head to third. Throw in the dirt. Gardner's 15th stolen base of the year.
Foul ball into the seats. And the pitch. Foul the other way. Another foul ball. McCutchen does not get cheated with his swings.
No, he's getting the head out tonight. Getting the barrel to the ball. He's been a little quick in this at bat. You know, the least he wants to do is have a productive out. Get Gardner over the third. Well, he's not going to make it out.
So he works another walk, and that'll bring up Stanton with runners on first and second and nobody out.
Well, they're going to come in and check on. Now the bullpen's busy. Sean Armstrong has been throwing. And here we are in a 1-1 game, so that would lead you to believe maybe there was an issue with Felix Hernandez before he even went to the mound this inning. It looks like that's going to be it.
Wonder what it could have been. Well, now they give the reliever as much time as it needs to warm up. First, 10,000 guests in attendance will receive a Yankees t-shirt courtesy of Goldenberg's Peanut Shoes. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit the Yankee Stadium ticket window, Yankees clubhouse shops, or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. So Felix Hernandez left with what looked like an injury, and now they turn to Sean Armstrong. This will just be his 5th game.
He was the closer down at AAA Tacoma. He had 15 saves and 17 attempts.
And he will face Giancarlo Stanton, who's 0 for 2, 6 for his last 56. And a strike.
If you're McCutchen at first base, you got to keep your eye on Gardner here. And Armstrong, you got to keep your eye on Gardner as well at second base.
1-1. 1-2.
And wait for a few days for G to get into one. Michael said he's been a little cool lately. The outfield is kind of playing him. They're kind of bunching him towards the gaps.
That one gets past Zunino. And the runners move up. And the count goes 3-2.
Well, we're looking for Gardner to move himself up instead. That's going to be a pass ball. I don't know if it was a cross up. It looked to be a cross up the way he went after it. And the runner's going to move up.
And the infield halfway on the left side. In on the right side. High fly ball right field. That'll get in a run. Gamble will make the catch. Tagging is Gardner. He'll score. Moving to third is McCutchen. A sac fly for Stanton, and the Yankees lead 2-1.
Well, that's one of those sac flies that's doubly productive. Not only do you get a run, you move another runner over to third base with one out, and it probably forced the Mariners to bring the infield in. I think I mentioned the Yankees have the most sacrifice flies in the major leagues. That is their 50th of the year. 50 sacrifice flies, and Stanton, I think, has 10 of them.
And that sac fly gave him his 85th ribby.
Yeah.
Infield is in again. Here's Hicks. And a strike. Lined right at the shortstop, who tosses to third for the double play. Segura got rid of it quickly. Seager was right there. And McCutchen took off at the crack of the bat. But the Yankees get a run. No hits and nobody left on base. Against the Mariners. Coverage will begin at 3 with Audi batting practice today in the Chevy Yankees pregame. Then we're back with the call from Safeco right here on Yes and streaming on Fox Sports Go.
Yeah.
So Ramirez against Sabathia.
Erasmo, remember him from the Rays.
Yeah. Yankees lead this one 2-1. Kyle Seager will lead off. GMC scoreboard, 2-1 Yanks. Lined into center field, and Hicks will play it on the hop. You know, it's somewhat curious that McCutchen got doubled off at third, because if the ball goes through, of course he's going to score. I mean, he can hang around third base, and the infield was in anyway, so.
When you set up on the bases, particularly in this situation, you look and see where the infielders are. So when the ball's hit, it gives you an idea if somebody's standing there or not. Of course, you know, your first inclination when the ball is hit is to advance to the next base. But that's a discipline thing. You got to hold your ground, make sure it gets through, and then you can continue on to home plate. You had plenty of time to score.
So the base hit by Seager, the second against Lynn. Yankees lead 2-1. We're in the bottom of the fifth. The 0-1 to Gamble. 1-1. Two and one. 3-1 on Gamble.
Gamble at one time was one of the better Yankee prospects. Got traded to the Mariners.
Ground ball and Duhar. There's one. Not in time. Gamble, too much speed.
Yeah, it was interesting at second base because either Torres or Didi could have taken that relay throw. They go to conventional by trying the 5-4-3 double play. Ball wasn't hit all that hard. Gamble has pretty good speed. You see Didi? He was closer to the bag than Torres was. Might have been able to pick up the double play.
So here's Zunino with a long home run to dead center in the third. First round draft pick for the Mariners in 2012. Third pick of the draft. Carlos Correa was first. Byron Buxton was second.
And Buxton had an injury plagued year this year. He was.
You know what the name of Zunino's high school was in Cape Coral, Florida?
Cape Coral.
No, Cape Coral?
Yeah. No.
Mariner High School.
You got to be kidding. It's destiny.
His father, Greg, was drafted by the Yankees in the 31st round of the 1981 draft. Played for 2 seasons in their system, 81 and 82. Played in Fort Lauderdale for Stump Merrill and played alongside Rex Hudler and Scott Bradley. And Duhar will get Zunino as Gamble moves to second.
You played with Hud?
Yep.
That was the education in itself, wasn't it?
He didn't get a chance to talk much, but.
You know, Hud might be watching this.
Rex knows how I feel about him.
Yeah, I know. Didn't get a chance to talk much. Huh?
Here's D. Gordon. Tying runs at second base. Yankees lead 2-1. We're in the bottom of the fifth. Lynn pitching better than he has in his last 4 starts, where he had a 9.16 ERA. In his first 3 starts with the Yankees, 0.54 ERA. One and one.
You know, I think when you're a fastball pitcher, you use your fastball as much as he does. What would we say, 77%? A lot of it has to do with location. Keeping that sinker down, moving away from the left-handed hitters to keep it off the fat of the bat. He's not really a strikeout pitcher.
Two and one.
You know, dot the corners.
Three and one. Gamble leads off second. 3-1 count on the number 9 batter in the lineup, D. Gordon, with 2 outs. Fly ball, left field, long run for Gardner. He has to play it on a hop. That'll tie the game. Gamble scores. Gordon picks up an RBI single. It's 2-2.
Well, the 8th and 9th hitters have driven in the runs for the Mariners tonight. Gordon hit this one just softly enough. A blooper that drops in front of Brett Gardner in left field. Kind of just sliced it out there. Gardner coming on, he wasn't playing that deep to begin with, and that ball just falls in perfectly for an RBI single. And you got to watch Gordon at first base.
He has 30 steals.
He is tied with Whit Merrifield of the Kansas City Royals for the lead. 30 apiece. I don't know if Merrifield had one today.
Oh, and 1 to Haniger. Congratulations to the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders. They are heading to the Governor's Cup. And Trenton yesterday was eliminated in AA playoffs. They got swept by the New Hampshire Fisher Cats, Toronto's farm system. Runner goes. Pitches high. Throw. Got him. A quick tag by Gleyber Torres, and they'll wait to see if Seattle will challenge. I think they got him.
Well, Torres is walking off the field like they got him. Here's another look. Yeah, you can't see the tag, but it looked like it was applied before the left hand got to the bag. Yeah, I think he's out. There's not enough to turn it over. Overturned. There's the oven mitt.
And he is out. 2-2 as we go to the 6th.
in-depth analysis of Yankees' September stretch run. Plus get all the football talk throughout the NFL season. Catch TMKS. That's on Yes. Weekdays starting at 3.
We go to the 6th inning. It's 2-2. Luke Voigt leads off against Sean Armstrong. Right back to Armstrong. 1 pitch, 1 out. Armstrong on a relief of Felix Hernandez, who seemed like he left with an injury, left with the trainer. We have not heard what was wrong with the veteran right-hander. Here's Miguel Andujar. One and 0. One and 1. And Andujar tips it into the glove of Zunino, 2 away.
Armstrong's going to pick up his first strikeout of the game. Like your basic high riding 4-seam fastball. And Andujar couldn't get on top of it.
Gregorius takes a strike. One and 1. Wonder if this is Gregorius's last at bat. Boone had said he doesn't want him to play all 9. Two and 1. Fly ball, shallow left. And Spain comes on to make the play as the Yankees go down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 2-2 game here on Yes. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, a 2-2 game. Top of the Mariner order against Lance Lynn, the Yankee starter. Haniger, Segura, and Cano. Breaking ball strike. Throw more breaking balls tonight. Zach Britton up in the Yankee bullpen.
You were talking about last night how the Mariano used to say that was the toughest bullpen to warm up in. You noticed there was a little protection out there with Zach Britton tonight. And I'm not talking about Mike Harkey. I'm talking about the gentleman in the uniform next to him.
I mean, that's nice, but I'll take my chance with Harkey.
Remember Players Weekend and Harkey had on the back of his jersey, "I'm not CC"?
Yes.
And he says he knows he's really not CC on payday.
Popped up, Luke Voigt. One away.
Now the bullpen, you can see the chart he has there, clipboard, and he's kind of keeping score. He has to remind the pitcher who he's going to face when he goes in, and then the manager usually reaffirms that when the pitcher gets to the mound. You know what the situation is in the game and who you're probably going to face. That's Harkey's doing, and then Aaron Boone when the pitcher finally gets to the mound from the bullpen.
On the other side of the wall, behind Lynn, Nick Vincent is warming for Seattle. There's the other side. Fly ball, right field. McCutchen. 2 away. There's the breakdown for Lance Lynn. 75 pitches in 5 2/3 innings. Has not walked a batter. Struck out just 2. And here's Robinson Cano, who is 0 for 2. Line drive caught by Andujar. A bullet and a quick move to the glove side by the Yankee rookie third baseman to take a hit away from Cano. Yankees had him played perfectly. He tried to find the hole in the shift, but Andujar had other ideas. We're going to go to the 7th inning. 2-2. And those two have been together since Posada A-Rod, 2013.
That's pretty cool.
I think they really like each other.
I think so too. You're getting back rubs at a ball game. That's pretty indicative of what's going on.
Nick Vincent takes over. Armstrong pitched very well. And Vincent will face the bottom third of the Yankee order.
And that shot right there gives you an indication how fast pitches really show up at home plate.
Foul back.
You know, sometimes the center field camera doesn't give you that angle. It just looks like ball going to home plate. We say 95 miles an hour, and you get a different perspective on what 95 miles per hour really looks like. You have like less than a tenth of a second to decide whether it's a strike, swing, and hit it. Supposedly the most difficult thing to do in sports, hit a baseball.
I would think so.
Yeah, it's all about hand-eye coordination and quickness.
And Torres could not hold up, and he throws his hand up in disgust at Jeremy Rehak.
I think one thing you should remember, Rehak's behind the plate tomorrow. And I believe he went a little too far. Umpires have long memories. I think he went, didn't you? It looked like it.
Like he did.
Yeah.
There's Romine. He's 0 for 2 tonight, and Vincent deals a strike. This game's important for both teams. Yankees want to continue to hold off the A's for home field advantage in the wild card. And with the A's winning already, well, if Seattle has any chance, and it's not a good chance, you can't keep losing games to the A's.
Yeah, it's basically a glimmer. You know, look, but they had 11.5 game lead on the A's at one time.
I was reading in the Seattle Times today where the columnist said, imagine having an 11.5 game lead at one point, and in all likelihood, you will not be playing important games for the final 2 weeks of the season. They lost it in a hurry because the A's just took off.
Last 77 games, they're a game under 500. Speaking of the Mariners.
Crowd of 38,718 making some noise in the top of the 7th inning. Romine continues the battle. Two and two.
A good take on a slider down and away. Romine with not only career high in home runs, but career high in runs batted in.
He's one home run away from giving the Yankees another double-digit player in home runs. That one is driven deep to right. Going back, Gamble looking up. See ya! Double digits and a 3-2 lead.
You know, he's probably saying, I wish you had said that 2 weeks ago. So tack on another career high in runs batted in and in home runs. Romine got one out over the plate and got one to go. Celebration is on in the Yankee dugout. Second home run of the night. 232 on the season.
And he did it in front of his brother. Gardner swings and misses.
Target's up and away, and man, it was up a little higher, and he got on top of it. Drives it into about the third row over Ben Gamble's head. And the Yankees have the lead. Yeah, mix it up. Stir it up.
Right back to Vincent. And he makes the throw to first for the second out.
I think that Didi was doing the roll for Romine. You'll probably see that on Twitter after the ball game. The Yankees hold on and win.
So the Yankees have led 1-0, then 2-1, and now 3-2. And the pitch to McCutchen, a strike.
This would lead me to believe that Zach Britton is coming to the game. He's continuing to throw in the Yankee bullpen.
0-2.
Two of the three hitters scheduled to hit for the Mariners were left-handers next inning. It's a good time to bring him in.
Fly ball right field. Gamble there. And that'll do it. But the Yankees take the lead on the Austin Romine home run. His 10th home run of the year. The 10th Yankee with double-digit home runs. And when that homer lands, Yankees have a 3-2 lead. In the American League. Time for the game summary brought to you by your local Nissan dealer. Yankees lead 3-2. 3-7-1 for the Yanks. 2-3-0 for Seattle. Lance Lynn, 6 innings. The bullpen now takes over with Zach Britton. Felix Hernandez went 4 left with an injury. McCutchen and Romine each with solo home runs. Mike Zunino, a solo home run to dead center for Seattle.
You know, Bregman, a former #1 pick, I believe, out of LSU, is Danny Echeverria takes over at shortstop. And Zach Britton takes over on the mound.
Cruz 1-0. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Cadillac scoreboard. Yankees lead this one 3-2.
Of course, these two were former teammates in Baltimore. We were talking about it last night, Michael, when the Orioles decided not to re-sign Cruz. And it was the year where he led the American League in home runs. They decided not to re-sign him. He comes out to Seattle. He hits 44, 43, and 39. And he's got 34 this year.
And he's 38 years old.
Yeah, I think he's played the outfield once this year. That was an interleague game, of course.
2-2.
Well, 3 starts in right field for Cruz this year. Interleague play. You don't want to take his bat out of the lineup.
Fly ball center field. Hicks there. 1 away. Now a quick word from Spectrum.
Spectrum Internet. No data caps, no contracts. Just faster speeds with better performance.
Here at Safeco Field, Yankees lead this one 3-2. Middle game of this 3-game set. Yankees won last night 4-0. So Lance Lynn gave the Yankees a good start. Gave up 2 runs in 6 innings, just 3 hits. And now turns it over to the bullpen. Here's Span. 1-0.
Of course, Britton features that hard sinking fastball, mid-90s. You saw Cruz get it in the air. Usually, most of his outs are usually strikeouts or groundouts.
That one is chopped to Voit. Waits for it to come down and beats Span to the bag.
Voit could have called for a fair catch. That's how high that one was chopped off a home plate.
So 2 down, and here's Seager.
Started with a breaking ball for a strike. And when you go up there to face Britton, you got to try and make him bring the ball up. As it starts out around thigh high, it's going to end up around the knees. That's nasty right there. 96. This is the type of guy that makes you glad you're not hitting anymore.
And the 0-2. 1-2.
Seager wouldn't bite.
And the pitch. Strike 3. Seager down looking. That is a strong, impressive inning for Zach Britton as he retires. Seattle in order. We're going to the 8th. Kenny?
Well, the Yankees are built to hit home runs, and if we look at what they've done in this series, they've scored 7 runs, 6 of them coming on home runs. Gleyber Torres, Andrew McCutchen last night, McCutchen again today, just inside the foul pole, and Austin Romine. That's the one to put the Yankees ahead. Built for baseball, built for power.
All right, now the question is, will the Yankees catch up with the 1997 Mariners, who hold the Major League record with 264 home runs? Yankees are ahead of them through 142 games. Now, the other question I have, Kenny, do you keep Zach Britton in for a second inning?
You see somebody warming in the Yankee bullpen. Now, the question is, because 2 of the 3 scheduled hitters next inning for the Mariners are left-handed batters.
Hyundai scoreboard, 3-2 Yankees lead. Alex Colomé comes in and deals a strike to Stanton.
Colomé came over with Span in the deal from the Rays back in May. Yeah. Colomé was the closer for the Rays. You know, at the time, the Mariners were looking to strengthen their bullpen, you know, thinking they were getting ready for a postseason run. They still might be. Who knows?
1-2.
The only run the Yankees have not driven in via the home run in this series Stanton did it in the 5th inning with a sacrifice fly.
Swing and a miss. Tipped into the glove of Zunino. A strikeout of Stanton.
Second time tonight that Stanton has gone out on strikes. Here's another look. You see the change of direction by the ball. Just got a piece of it.
Here's Hicks. And here's a strike. Chopped slowly to first, and it kicks foul. I think it hit the lip of the infield grass.
Yeah, it looked like it. And if you're Hicks running down the line, you're very happy it did that, even though the count is 0-2. It means you're going to get an extra swing. It's unusual to see Cano playing first base.
Very odd.
Yeah, it's you know, he's also played some third. But of course, a staple for many years at second base with the Yankees.
And he's a great second baseman. And, you know, we explained it yesterday. He got suspended 80 games for PDs. And although he came back to play, if the Mariners do make the playoffs, he's not allowed to play in the playoffs. So they don't want D. Gordon to all of a sudden vacate second base. And if they were in the playoffs, have to play there.
The thing about it, D. Gordon, who lives in Florida, was tutored during the winter by Ken Griffey Jr., one of the greatest center fielders of all time. When he got traded to the Mariners, they said, hey, look, you know, we already got a second baseman. You're going to have to play center field. They thought he was athletic enough. And, of course, we all know what Ken Griffey Jr. did out in center field, multiple gold gloves. Yeah.
Having a good time.
Yeah, he is. I think I would, too, if I had 500-something home runs.
I think he's doing the game with a local guy from New York, Dave Valley.
New Jersey's own, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's David.
Yeah. Also, Dan Wilson and Mike Blowers. It's called a Players Only broadcast. They do that every now and then.
There is Dan Wilson to the left of Dave Valley, former Mariner catchers, and there's Blowers to the left of Wilson, former Mariner infielder.
I mean, we've done 3-man booths, but 4? I mean, we've got the we've got the roster for it. Hicks is down looking.
We were going to do the 9-man booth, remember?
That's right.
Yeah. Which would have been totally out of control, chaotic.
The shoot for the 9-person booth was out of control and chaotic.
Well, it took us 2 days to do it.
Not many people complain.
I thought the fans liked it. That's the response I got. Oh, you mean us?
Yeah. Well, just one. We'll let everybody guess.
Yeah, we're not going to name names. Well, the Yankees are in the portion of the game I like to call the tack-on portion, where you try and add another run or two, make it even more difficult for the opposition to catch up.
And the 0-2.
Down. That's a little old school baseball. 0-2 count, up and in.
Swing and a miss. So the Yankees have the side struck out. A four-man booth. Hold my beer. How's 9 look, baby? Be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. A lot of Yankee fans here in Seattle. And you might think, Kenny, well, it's Yankee fans traveling from New York, but there's a lot of Yankee fans from Vancouver. I ran into a guy today in a store. I said, well, how does somebody in Vancouver become a Yankee fan? He became a Yankee fan in 1952. He said, a guy named Mickey Mantle kind of drew me into the sport.
Yeah. Well, in those, was he out here in those days? Or was he back east?
No, he was in Vancouver.
You know, in this day and age, as we know, if you have the MLB.TV package, you see any game anywhere, anytime. In those days, not all the games are on TV.
And when they were, usually it was the Yankees.
Yeah.
David Robertson takes over, so they don't go 2 innings with Britton.
Britton's not used to pitching 2 innings, so this is the formula. Robertson's just as good against lefties with that crackling curveball. You just saw one that Gamble swung through.
Hyundai scoreboard. Yankees lead this one 3-2. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Felix Hernandez left with right hamstring tightness.
It was Sonny Gray throwing in the Yankee bullpen. New daddy. think David Robertson's feeling pretty good today. I think Alabama rolled somebody again this week.
That's unusual. It's like rooting for Apple.
Well, they both begin with A.
The 2-2. Fouled away.
Robertson has shown a steady diet of hooks here, trying to put Gamble away.
Two. 3-2 on Gamble.
You know, I thought Dave Valley was from Jersey, but he is actually from Bayside, Queens. And there's another ball player from Bayside, Queens. It's Mike Jorgensen, former teammate of mine.
Tough at bat by Gamble.
Yeah, he's fouling off some tough pitches.
Another foul ball.
You wonder if Robertson's going to blink and throw him a fastball.
Strike three. They threw him a fastball.
Yeah, he did. Caught him looking. There's the target. Let's see where the pitch is. Well, it's almost right down the middle. So he was looking for another hook. Shouldn't guess 3-2. Look for a fastball, adjust anything else. Call strike three.
Here's Zunino. Long home run over the center field wall in the third, and then grounded to third in the fifth. Yankees haven't played very close to the line with Andujar guarding against the extra base hit. Three infielders are on the left side for Zunino.
Andujar looked towards the dugout to see if they wanted him to move over even more. I think when you're guarding the line, if you are body length away from the line itself, you know, if he dives, he's got a good chance of at least knocking something down that distance away from the line. Man, you're looking at one of the best curveballs in baseball. The last two nights, it's been really sharp. Almost got him to bite. Low and away, couldn't lead him across the plate.
Zunino down on strikes.
He came right back with it. That time he got him to commit. Almost the same pitch. He didn't swing at the previous one, and he goes too far on that one. It's not only that he can throw it for a strike, he knows to throw it for a near strike. and gets Zunino to commit, although that one wasn't all that near.
There's D. Gordon. The 0-1 now, as Gordon is 1 for 2. And Duhar in on the grass at third. We told you Gordon has 36 infield hits. Pitch misses outside.
The outfield is really shortened up. Not known for his power. There's a couple of home runs this year. Curveball. Here's a look at the Yankees in the outfield.
And how about that inning for David Robertson? He strikes out the side. Another good breaking ball. We're taking this baby to the 9th inning. 3-2 Yanks. The Marineros, because it is salute to Latin American baseball night here at Safeco Field. So that's why they have Marineros on the front of their jersey.
Playing Los Yankees.
14th game for Cook. Third reliever used by Scott Service.
I saw Cook last night. He came in and for an inning, a couple of strikeouts.
So David Robertson, with those 3 strikeouts, now has 657 as a Yankee, which passes Phil Hughes and George Pipgras for sole possession of 25th place in franchise history.
All in relief, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look out.
So he gets hit.
Wow.
And will take first base.
Looks like he's okay. We're going to have a pinch runner. Yeah. Although he seemed that he was okay, you know, hitting the forearm. Look like the meat of the forearm. The Yankees are going to take him out, and they're going to probably ice it down. And when Tyler Wade comes in, the Yankees are going to make some defensive changes.
Well, we might see a lot of this. How deeply the Yankees go into the playoffs. Tight games. They're going to tighten up the defense. So this gives them the perfect reason to take him out after he gets hit with a pitch, and Tyler Wade pinch runs. Here is Echeverria. 1-0.
And anytime you put Tyler Wade in as a pinch runner, stolen base comes into vogue. Great speed over there at first base.
Where it goes. That's a base hit over the leaping try of Gordon. Wade will get up and go to third. And the Yankees have runners on first and third with nobody out.
So Echeverria makes the most of his first at bat again. Look like he almost fell down coming out of the box. There was Yankees. There's Wade taking off. You know what? You're supposed to take a glance towards home plate when you run. He ran head down, and that's the reason why he dove into second, thinking he didn't know what was going on with the baseball. He saw it in center, got up and went to third.
The Yankees looking for some insurance. They're up by 1, 3-2. And here's Gleyber Torres. Infield is halfway. Fouled back over the screen. 0-1.
They mentioned this is the tack-on portion of the game.
Oh, 2. Well, they certainly need a strikeout here, and then a double play would get them out of the jam. But as we mentioned, the infield is in. Speedy runner at third. Echeverria has good speed at first. Speaking of good speed, Dylan Betances warming. Fly ball, right side, long run for Gamble, and he runs out of room as it makes the seats.
Looks like something's wrong with the glove. Gleyber Torres, he might have had some dirt in there.
Wade leads off third, Echeverria off first.
He's trying to get the pebbles or something out of his glove. All right, he's ready to go. And he's got the cushion for his thumb.
Well, that's going to get at least one run in. Backing up is Gamble. He'll make the catch. Tagging is Wade. He'll score. It's a sac fly for Gleyber Torres. And the Yankees lead 4-2.
Second sacrifice fly of the night. 51 on the season. Situational hitting. It's a thing of beauty.
So here's Romine. His 10th home run last time up gave the Yankees a 3-2 lead. Keeping Echeverria close. Oh, and 1 to Romine. Romine's 1 for 3 tonight. So the home run we mentioned is 10th. He has 39 runs batted in. So the Yankees have gotten offensive production from their 3 catchers. Oh and 2. Runner goes. Swung and missed. Throw to second, not in time. So Romine strikes out. Stolen base for Echeverria. And he's in scoring position for Gardner.
Echeverria, his 2nd stolen base of the year. They're going to bring a left-hander in to face Gardner.
So Scott Service makes the call. As Cook leaves the game, Yankees have a runner at second and 2 outs. Meredith Marakovitz gets all the clubhouse reaction, including the manager's report, right here on Yes. That Ferry is really going fast. Slow down. There you go. Zach Duke comes on to face Brett Gardner with a runner at second. This will be Duke's 63rd game. James Smythe is up late.
Really?
Back on the East Coast. He is our great researcher that is in the booth with us at home. We mentioned that Austin Romine hit his 10th home run, 10th Yankee with double-digit home runs. The record for a team is 11, which was set by the 2004 Tigers, 2015 Astros, 2016 Twins, and 2017 Astros. Now, Neil Walker has 9 home runs. Voit has 7. So the Yankees could be the first with 12. Thank you, James. And there's a strike. Yankees are also the 3rd team in their franchise's history with 10 players hitting 10 or more home runs. They did it in '98, and they did it in 2012. Both times with the 10 players.
You can see why Zach Duke would be difficult for lefties. It's slinging motion by way of first base. Came over from Minnesota earlier this year. That's where the Yankees are headed after tomorrow afternoon. They'll be taking on the Twins next week.
2-1. 2-2 on Gardner. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away. Throw to first. And Duke gets Gardner. But the Yankees get an insurance run. 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 man left on base. Betances will try to close it out in the bottom of the ninth. Homegrown marathon featuring all 8 episodes from this season, airing back to back. Get the full behind-the-scenes story of the 2018 Scranton Rail Riders this Thursday starting at 7, only on Yes. If you haven't seen Homegrown, see Homegrown. Catch up on it Thursday night. So Neil Walker takes over at third base. Awaited pinch run for Andujar. And now Dylan Betances will try to nail down the save. '58th game. 101 strikeouts in 57 2/3 innings. And he'll have to take care of the top of the order, starting with Mitch Haniger. And a strike. He has a streak of 37 consecutive relief appearances with at least 1 strikeout, the longest by a reliever in American League history. Oh, 2. Now the record for that is Chapman with 49 when he was with the Reds. The 0-2. 1-2. And the pitch. Line to right field. On the run is McCutchen. He can't get there. Cut the ball off before it goes to the wall, but Haniger with a leadoff double.
Well, Haniger's been hot. We told you that last night he had a hitting streak of 17 games broken. But with this hit tonight, he is now hitting 31 of his last 36 games, as he has himself a 2-base hit to lead it off here in the bottom of the ninth.
That's the first base runner against the Yankee bullpen. Britton was perfect. Robertson was perfect. That brings up Segura now as the tying run. Well, how important was that run in the top of the 9th inning? (1-0). Foul back, 1-1. One and two.
He told you Segura doesn't walk very often, doesn't strike out very often. Usually puts the ball in play.
Swing and a miss.
But he's facing Betances. Was it now? How many appearances now, Michael?
38.
38 in a row with at least one strikeout. Sharp breaking slider. That would have been a call strike 3.
Now here's the dangerous Cano. And he gets plunked. So Cano will take first. That sounded bad from up here.
Either foot or ankle. He might have to use a pinch runner if he's incapacitated here. Let's. Oh, it was the left foot right on top of it.
And they will use a pinch runner. It's going to be Christopher Negron.
Who represents the tying run.
And here is Nelson Cruz at the plate. Seattle has Edwin Diaz up just in case there's a 10th inning. Way outside. You have to be careful with Cruz. He has 34 home runs. Haniger at second. Negron is on first. Way through that pitch. 1-1.
Yeah, he was looking for another slider. Instead, he got the fastball. He's ahead on the count. He's willing to guess one pitch.
There's the breaking ball away. 2-1. 0 for 11 against Betances lifetime. 5 strikeouts. Just missed outside. 3-1. Spans on deck. And the pitch. Drops a breaking ball in there for strike 3 and 2. What's he throwing now, Kenny?
Yeah, that's the same thing Cruz is thinking.
We'll see which one he feels best about.
He's got 2 devastating pitches.
Payoff outside that loads the bases. So now the tying run moves to second, and that moves Larry Rothschild to come to the mound. Pinch runner at first is Andrew Romine. Now there's some scrambling in the Yankee bullpen, but no one started to throw yet. So by the time that pitcher gets ready, this game could be over. It's Chad Green.
Yeah, he was up earlier in the game. Span steps in. He's 0 for his last 9. Or make that with the 0 for 3 tonight. He's 0 for his last 12.
Bases loaded, 1 man out. Very fast, tough to double. 1 for 2 against Betances in his career. Strike. When Betances' control is sometimes questionable, they always have him throw the breaking ball, hoping that the fastball will then follow. The 0-1. Fastball low. Seager on deck. Right in on the hands, fouled away, 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think he swung at a bad pitch. Yeah, that's inside.
Only thing you could do is pull that foul.
Exactly. He's checking his bat, but didn't hit it very well.
Bases loaded, bottom of the 9th, 1 out. Yankees lead 4-2. Denard Span at the plate against Dellin Betances. And the pitch. Grounded foul.
Trying to get him to swing over the top of a slider down and in.
"19 pitches for Betances. The 1-2. Another foul ball. Haniger is at third. Negron is at second. Romine at first. And the pitch. Fouled off the foot, I believe, of Span.
He's putting on a tough at bat here. I believe this was a strike. Yeah, it was.
Just got a piece. I think you get a better look on this replay. Yep. So a little cat and mouse game going on as Span steps out and then Betances steps off. Swing and a miss, got him. Tipped into the glove of Romine. And the Yankees are an out away.
Elevated the fastball just enough. Everything else had been kind of down and in. This one's elevated, foul tipped into the glove of Romine. He holds on. And the Yankee fans, well, it's very entertaining bottom of the ninth inning here, but they sense that if Betances get one more out, they can really celebrate.
Here's Seager. He is 1 for 2. Popped up behind the plate and out of play. Yankees shifting for Seager. 3 infielders on the right side. And Romine wants to go out and talk with Betances. Seager is 0 for 6 with 3 strikeouts and has been hit by Betances in his career. So Gleyber Torres is essentially in short right field. Echeverria is on the second base side of the infield. Neil Walker, the only Yankee on the left side. The 0-1. 0-2, and the Mariners are down to their final strike.
That might have been the best slider he threw this inning. A really sharp one. A lot of downward movement on that one.
Missed inside, 1-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 1-2 count on Kyle Seager. And the 1-2 to Seager. Swing and a miss, he got him. Tipped into the glove of Romine again, but Betances holds on, and the Yankees win 4-2.
Some very nasty sliders. Got Span with a fastball, comes back and gets Seager with the hooks. And some of the best pitches he threw that inning were to Kyle Seager to pick up his, I believe, his 4th save of the season. Here's a look at it. Boom. Man, bottom falls out of that.
And I think to celebrate, Kenny, Boone actually threw a breaking ball with the gum that he threw away.
3rd save of the season for Betances.
Boone was really pumped up as the Yankees nailed down their 2nd straight win, assures them of a series win. They'll go for the sweep tomorrow against Seattle. So Betances rings up 3 strikeouts in the bottom of the 9th inning, and the Mariners leave the bases loaded, and the Yankees win 4-2, and we'll be back in just a moment. Stay right here.